Hey, welcome back. I'm Mark and this is Chase Your Taste. Today we're going to do something a little bit different out of the ordinary. I'm going to make a shrimp enchilada. It's not your traditional enchiladas, but hey, I thought I'd give it a try. So what do you say we get to cooking? Here are the ingredients for our shrimp enchiladas. I have my shrimp, I have some heavy whipping cream, some sour cream, some sharp cheddar, the white kind. I've got some pepper jack. I've got a medium onion diced up. I have some green chilies. I have some green onions chopped up, and I've got the tops chopped up in a different bowl for the garnish. I've got 2 Roma tomatoes chopped up, some salt and pepper, some cumin, some garlic, and of course our tortillas. Now I'm using flour tortillas, but you can use whatever tortillas you want. You can use the corn tortillas. So there it is. So our shrimp, I've already got it marinating. I put some Old Bay seasoning in it. I put some garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, and stirred it up really good. And I'm letting that marinate. I got some butter melting in my pan. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our onions. Now I set about a quarter of these onions to the side so I can put it inside my enchiladas. So we're going to sweat these down. And we're going to put some salt and pepper on them. Now, if you don't like shrimp and you think this is a good recipe, well, you can always use chicken and make chicken enchiladas, you know, done the same way. So I got this on a medium high, or a medium high heat, so we can get these sweated down. Be right back. Our onions are almost done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the green chilies in there and get those stirred up. Now if you don't like green chilies, it's going to add a little bit of heat to it. You don't have to add the green chilies. You can even add a milder chili. So these are green chilies. And we'll get those, and we'll go ahead and add the garlic. Get the garlic stirred up. And once this is cooked up, we'll be right back. It's been about 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick this up a little bit. I am going to put in some chipotle. Just going to give it a little bit more of a kick. Now, I've told you before, if you don't want to put this in there, you don't have to. But I like my Mexican food a little spicy. My wife is Hispanic and she likes spicy foods. So we're going to get this stirred up in there. And then at this point, we're going to add our tomatoes and get our tomatoes start cooking. And this is 2 Roma tomatoes, or you can use 2 small or 2 medium tomatoes diced up. And we're going to cook these down, and then we'll go from there. We'll let these cook a little bit, and we'll be right back. So I forgot, after we put those tomatoes in there, we're going to put about a teaspoon of cumin and get that stirred in. Now when you salt and pepper this, salt and pepper to taste. I never give anybody how much I give of salt and pepper because you know, you need to taste it. Some people like more salt, some people like less salt, some people can't have salt. So Salt and pepper it to taste. And be right back. It's been a couple of minutes, so what we're going to do is go ahead and add these green onions in there. And if you don't want as much onions, don't put in that many onions in it. Again, you make this to whatever you like. This is how I'm doing it. This is just to give you a base, a base start. You can always make this to however you like it. So we're going to let these cook down a little bit. Our tomatoes are almost cooked down, and then we'll start adding the rest of the ingredients. Well, it looks like our tomatoes and everything is done. So the next step we are going to do is we're going to add our half and half, or I'm sorry, our heavy whipping cream. We're going to put about a cup of that in there. This is going to be our sauce. Pour all that in there. This is going to be our sauce. Get that stirred up. And then we'll add about a half a cup of sour cream. Get that stirred in. Now I grated up 8 ounces of sharp white cheddar cheese. We're going to put some of it in here, and then we're going to put some inside of our enchiladas, and then the pepper jack's going to go over the top when we bake it off. We're going to let this cook a little bit and reduce down, and then we're going to add our cheese to it. Alright, so our sauce is boiling. Before I add the cheese to it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my shrimp in here. I'm going to cook my shrimp for a little bit. I'm not going to overcook them because they're going to bake in the oven. So we're going to take our shrimp and just dump our shrimp down in here. We're going to let it cook off for probably 3 to 4 minutes till they start turning pink, and then we'll pull them out, and then they'll finish cooking in the oven. If you cook them fully now, by the time you put it in the oven, cook it off in the oven, they're going to be rubbery, and I don't like my shrimp rubbery. So I mean, you could even do it, not even cook them now, you could cook them in the oven, but I want to get them started in this sauce a little bit. It'll absorb some of that sauce, and so we'll get those in there. We'll get them cooked up a little bit, and we'll be right back. So our shrimp's cooked for a couple of minutes. We're going to go ahead and pull the shrimp out, and as you can see, they're turning pink. So we want to get those in this bowl here. It's alright to get some of that other stuff out of there. The main thing we want to do is get our shrimp out of here. And if you don't get it all, that's fine too. Now, if you don't want to do your shrimp this way, you can also do the shrimp separately in a pan. But I wanted to get some of that sauce mixed up into with these. looks like we got them all. All right, so we got our shrimp. Set that aside. We'll let that cool a little bit. And what we're going to do now, turn the fire down a little bit. And our sauce here, we're going to add this cheddar cheese. We're not going to add it all because I want to put some inside my shrimp. All right, get that stirred up. And this is going to go on top of our enchiladas. All right, so we're good with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start assembling our enchiladas. Well, I put a little bit of sauce in the bottom so my tortillas don't stick. So we'll take a tortilla, I'm going to place it in here. I'm going to wrap them in here. That way, you know, I don't dirty up more than what I need to. So we're going to add a little bit of cheese down in the bottom of this. Going to take me just a little bit of onion, put that down in there. Get some shrimp. Put some shrimp down in there. Now you can also take and you can chop this shrimp up if you don't want big old pieces of shrimp in your enchiladas. Then we're just going to take and we're going to roll these up fairly tight. Scoot this off over here to the side. Then do another one. I'll show you one more and then I'll finish them up. A little bit of onion. Some shrimp. And wrap them up. Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish these off and I'll be right back. Well, here you have it. I actually made 4 shrimp enchiladas and a couple of cheese because my old Mrs. Chase Your Taste is not too sure about the shrimp enchiladas. So I made her a couple of cheese enchiladas. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cover this with our sauce. Some of that goodness on there, get it spread out. Oh, that looks good, good, scrumptious. All right. So we had a little bit of shrimp left over. So what we're going to do is just going to take, we're going to put this shrimp across the top here. All right, and then we're going to top it off with some pepper jack. Now you don't have to use the pepper jack, but this is how I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it with the pepper jack to get a little bit more heat. And like I said, if you're not into really spicy foods, you can cut back on, you can leave the chipotle sauce out. You can leave this pepper jack out. So, and there you have it. So now we're ready to pop this in the oven and bake it off. I've got the oven set at 350. Already preheated. All right, got it in the oven. It's gonna bake off about 20-30 minutes, and then it's time to eat. Let's cut it. Let's go ahead and take some out. Hopefully I can get them out without them falling apart. Just want a couple of them. There we go. All right. Got in the plate there. Oh, look at that. That looks delicious. Oh, make a mess, Mark. All right, so let's get us a fork here. Cut into it. Cheese is melted. There's some shrimp. So let's give it a try. All right, so here we go. I like that. It's nice and creamy. It's got just a hint of a kick. It's not real hot. And nice and cheesy. Shrimp's done just right. So, hey, give this a try. Let me know what you think. Like I said, if you don't like the shrimp, add a little chicken to it. So, hey, don't forget, chase your taste.